lovely ladies of Tundra Caravan. It's so great to be working with you again. We're going to do a Zill dance, and because it sounds like everybody has a little bit different skill level when it comes to Zills, I'm going to go over some basics with you. First of all, you're going to want to put them on with your thumb and middle finger. My most recent thing that I've done is I've used tan fabric, or not fabric, elastic. And I've also put some little dots on my my thumbs, my Zills that are my thumbs, so I can tell the difference between my thumbs, which the loop is a little bit bigger, and my middle fingers here. When wearing them, if you were to bring your hands like this, when you do a ring, you want to make sure that you're not coming edge to edge. Straight on. That's just going to give you a weird clanky sound. So to get a really nice ring with your hands relaxed, you're going to hit off centered, just off a little bit. Another way that you can produce this is by, instead of having them parallel to one another, take the bottom Zill and slightly turn it forward, and so you're hitting edge to edge. And you're getting a nice ring. So this is important in sound quality, to get a nice ring. Okay. The other one is a clap. When we're doing a ring, we're going to lift our fingers up off the Zill. That's going to allow it to vibrate nicely, but we want to dampen the sound now, so we're going to take the two fingers on either side of our middle finger and we're going to place it along the Zill here. And so when you clap, you're bringing them together. You can bring it edge to edge with this. So that's our clap. Our next one is our click. And that is, if I was to take my palm and face you, I'm going to curl the Zill, it's attached to my thumb, and press it into my palm. For me, I have a big enough pair of cymbal that I can bring it vertically into that crease between the thumb and the rest of my fingers. And then I'm going to take the other fingers and curl over top. Again, I've got my two fingers on either side of the middle finger that are along the Zill. What I want to do is I want to make sure that it's not wiggling around, that it's stabilized. And so my forefinger here is going to be along the edge, and it's going to help drive the edge of the top cymbal to the edge of the bottom cymbal. If you start getting a ringing sound, you haven't stabilized your Zill, so you got to make sure that you press it into your palms, that your fingers are curled over it, that you stabilize the Zill, and then you get a nice clicking sound. Another one is the finger damp, where you're actually going to place your forefinger, your pointy finger, inside the Zill to create a space there, and you get a nice clicking sound, another type of clicking sound. Okay. So there's a lot of ways to approach finger cymbal patterns. When I first started learning, they had it written out with like 1s and 2s and 3s and 5s and 7s. But when I studied with Morocco, which we lovingly refer to as Aunt Rocky, she introduced the dominant hand, non-dominant hand technique. And so you've got a number 1 hand and a number 2 hand. My number 1 hand, since I'm a right-handed girl, is my right hand. So my number 1 hand is my strong dominant hand. My number 2 hand is my weaker hand. It's the fill-in hand. And so if you are left-handed, this allows you to select your number 1 hand as your left hand. So when I do the patterns, I will say them out a variety of different ways. And so when I say 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1, for you, if you're a left-hander, it would be left right left, right left right, and so on and so forth. Okay, so what we're going to be working with is first off longa, which is also referred to as Gallop or Triplets. It's, if you can see it, I don't know if you can, it's on the first line. If you were playing it to a 4/4 rhythm, you would strike the cymbal 3 times per beat. So within 4 beats, you would strike the cymbal 12 times. And so with the 1 2 dominant hand, non-dominant hand technique, it would go 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1. So what that translates to in counting is and a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4. Take note that we start the triplet pattern or longa pattern before the first count. We start on the and a 1, and a 2. Okay. So also keep in mind that there's a rest between. If I was to count 4 counts out, I would count it 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E. The longa pattern, you're taking out all the E's in the pattern. And so there's a rest there where that E was, you rest. And so instead of going 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E, I'm going and a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4. Let's play it. So 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2  1 1 1 2  1 1 2  1 1 2  1 1 2  1 1 2  1 1 2   1 1 2  1 2 1 1 2 1 2 1 1 2  1 2 1 2  1 1 2  1 2 1 2 1 1 2  1 2 1 2 1 1 2  1 2 1 2 1 1 2  1 2 1 2 1 1 2  1 2 1 2 1 1 2  1 2 1 2 1 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 1, 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4. I think you guys probably all know that one, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. The next one we're going to talk to you about is we're going to do sevens. Okay, you can combine this with triplets and all kinds of patterns. So sevens, what that is that we are going to do 2 sevens, 2 sets of 7 within a 4 count bar. And so it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Counts are and a 1E and a 2 and a 3E and a 4 and a 1E and a 2 and a 3E and a 4 and a 1E and a 2 and a 3E and a 4 and a 1E and a 2 and a 3E and a 4 and a 1E and a 2 and a 3E and a 4 and a 1E and a 2 and a 3E and a 4 and a 1E and a 2, 3E and a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, what I'd like you to try now is on that 7th one, you're going to do a clap. You're going to accent it. Okay, so it's going to go ring, 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 clap. 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 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Okay, from there we're going to do our running singles. So our running singles, I'm going to go ahead and grab that piece of paper just in case you guys can actually see this. So with our running singles, you're going to strike the cymbals 13 times within a 4 count bar. And so what that does is it's just alternating hands all the way through. And so it is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 13. Whoops, sorry. All right, so the way you count that is, and take note that you're starting on count 1, which is kind of tricky when you're going from triplets, which start on the and a 1 and a 2. There's a breath there. You have to make sure that if you're going from triplets into alternating singles, that you take that breath and you start the alternating singles on count 1. So it goes 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a clap. Ringa, 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 clap. 1, 2, and a 3 and a 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. All right. So next one. Is our 3-3-7 pattern, which is also referred to the military. So within a 4-count bar, you're striking the cymbals 3 times, a rest, 3 times, you rest, and then you strike it 7 times, and then you rest it again. And so it goes 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 2 1 2 1. So with this, we've combined the triplets and the 7s, and so we're going to want to accent that last cymbal in the 7. Okay, so when we play it, it's going to go 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3. So how do I count that? And a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4. That's how it's counted. Okay, the next pattern we're going to do is 3-5-5. So again, within a 4-count bar, you're striking the cymbals 3 times, you rest. You strike it 5 times in a row, alternating hands, you rest, and then 5 times again. Crap. All right. Stay. So here we go. I'm going to do 1 2 1 1 2 1 2 1 1 2 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 2 1 1 2 1 2 1. Okay, that's 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. So we're going to accent the 5s. Okay, 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 3 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 5 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, how does the counts go on that one? Well, it's and let's see, and a 1 and a 2e and 3e and a 4 and a 1 and a 2e and 3e and a 4 and a 1 and a 2e and 3e and a 4 and a 1 and a 2e and 3e and a 4 and a 1 and a 2e and 3e and a 4 and a 1 and a 2e and 3e and a 4 and a 1 and a 2e and 3e and a 4 and a 1 2e and 3e and a 4. Let's do the accent now. And a 1 and a 2 and 3e and a 4 and a 1 and a 2e and 1 2 and a 1 and a 2e and a 4 and a 1 and a 2e and a 4 and a 1 and a 2e and 1. Okay, so the last one is actually a little bit easier way to do billety. It's one that is taught by Suhaila and Jamila Salampur. The way that I learned Melody was 1 1 1 2 1 1 1 2 1 1 1 2 1 1 1 1 2 1 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 1 2 1. Clap clap ring 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 clap ring 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 clap clap ring 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 clap ring ring ring. Okay, but this one's a little bit easier. I'm going to flip the page again. So this one works really nicely with Melody. And so the pattern is 3 1 3 1 3. So 3 1 3 1 3. All right. So what does that translate to? 1 2 1 1 1 2 1 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 1 2 1 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 1 2 1 1 1 2 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3. So if you add accents to that, if you want to, instead of just playing through it, if you want to accent it the way that Bellady would be accented, Bellady is accented, you hear the dunes, the heavy sound of the drum, the top of the drum, on count 1 and 3. Okay? Dune, dune, dune. Dune, dune, dune. 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4. So doing it this way, we're going to start on the and instead of starting on count 1. So if you do it starting on count 1, it's a little different. That's how I usually, if you've taken classes from me before, it's how I would usually teach it. But I'm giving this one a try, and that is you start on the and. So you're doing 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1. Okay, I think I'm resorting back to my the kind that I'm used to. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so if you are accenting, you're going to go ring, ring, clap, clap, ring, 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 clap, ring, 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 clap, clap, ring, ring, clap, ring. So really, in all honesty, the only difference between the two is whether you start on the count 1 or you start with a pickup on count and up. Because once you get going, the accents fall on the same hands, the same places, and so whether you're used to playing it the other way or this way, the only difference with this one is that we're going to start on count and. So again, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and I think that's all I've got for you. Perhaps a couple of other patterns that I don't have written out. One of them is 7s.